Gosh, it's hot today. So welcome to the Take 10 series, where I'm just going to give you 10 minutes of getting your body moving, and it's intended for the morning, so you can get up 10 minutes earlier if you think you haven't got time, so that's not too many minutes earlier, is it? And just do this video, and you can do it every day or miss out a couple of days if you like during the week. And I'm going to be doing 6, 7, 8 in total, so you can just repeat them. Do them in a different order if you like, but hopefully, because there are 6, 7 or 8, I haven't decided yet, you won't get bored. So this is the first one. It's great for waking up your body. Often we get up and we think, I'd really like to find time to exercise today, but I'm not sure I can. And this is going to give you everything in one go. It's going to look after you, make sure you warm up properly, and make sure you focus on the important things. If you want to make the workout harder, you can use weights, but always gradually make your weights heavier. Don't just go for heavy weights right from the word go. The other way you can make the workouts harder is by making the moves deeper and bigger. And if you're new to exercise, just make sure you start off really small, really gentle, keep the range of movement small. And one more thing, please subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I've got, the more subscribers I'm likely to get. Okay, are you ready? So to start off with, I'm just going to position the feet wider than hip width, not too wide, turning out the knees and toes, and I'm just going to sway side to side. And as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I'm breathing evenly, and I'm gently holding in my tummy muscles. So swaying to the right, swaying to the left. Not fast, not losing control. So feel like you're floating. Now, you can see here that I'm rotating. I'm turning the chest and allowing my arms to kind of go the same way as my chest is going. And this is waking up the spine. But you don't want to fling it like this. Just keep it very smooth, bending the knees as you pass the middle. That's it. Just waking up the body, flowing the move, not too fast or out of control. If you'd rather go slower than me, that's fine, but you don't want to go too slowly. Okay, let's bring it back to center. So next we're going to take a few squats. So bending the knees, there's a slight lean forward, so I'm just going to show you briefly from the side. I'm aiming my bottom diagonally down, behind me. Again, keeping the tummy in. I'm trying not to round the shoulders. Try not to let the knees come in front of the toes. So the knees stay behind the toes. And the way to achieve that is by sitting down behind you. Bending the knees, standing up. The arms come in front, just about shoulder height, slightly lower. Let's do a couple more. And of course you can make these squats very little if you like. Now the shoulders. Let's roll them back, keeping our knees soft. Very important to warm up through the shoulders. Let's circle the right arm across and let the chest follow, and the left arm across and let the chest follow. So do a few of these, keeping your hips still. So keep your hips facing the front, feeling that chest turn to follow the arm, and breathe through it. Now we're going to add some legs. So I've got my knees and toes turned out. As I bend my left knee, I circle my right arm across the body. I come back to center. As I bend my right knee, I circle my left arm across the body. So just keep going with this one, coming back to center each time. And as you let your arm go across, you let your chest follow. Breathe through it. Let's do a couple more. And the last one this way. Very good. I'm going to zigzag the feet to about hip width. I'm going to bend the right knee and lift the right heel and then switch. And I'm just going to let the arms pump. So bending at the elbow. Doesn't matter which arm goes forward with which leg. So you're working your ankle joints, you're working your calf muscles. Keep your tummy in, warming up the arms. You can pump it a little quicker and harder if you like, or you can just keep it smooth. When you land the heel, try not to sink into the hip too much. Try and keep everything centered in the core muscles, in the tummy muscles. Lovely. And then just bring your foot down, both feet down. And we're going to step back now. So I'm going to start with the right leg. I'm going to take the arms high and step back with my right leg, and then bring my arms by my side. As I step back, I'm bending my front knee. So the heel at the back maybe will touch down, and you feel a little stretch in your calf muscles. So just keep going with this one. Notice, I'm showing you from the side, so keep facing the screen. I'm leaning slightly forwards and I'm not travelling back. I'm keeping my upper body where it is and I've got my shoulders back. So last one. Lovely. I'm going to raise my right knee and touch with my left hand and do the same on the other side. And you can be a bit free and easy with this. Turn your chest towards the knee that's lifting and keep your hips facing the front. So if you're feeling that it's too much, you don't actually have to lift at all. And you can keep the arms a lot smaller. The higher you raise the arms, the harder your heart works. And again, try not to sink into the hip. Try and stand tall and keep your shoulders back and down. Don't shrug. Slow it down. Practice balance. Breathing evenly through it. Are your feet all clenched? Just relax your feet. So we'll just do a couple more. And finishing here. Bringing the heels together. We're going to squeeze the bottom and lift the heels and bend the knees. Squeeze the bottom, lift the heels, bend the knees a tiny bit. Keeping the tummy muscles in. When you bend the knees, you don't do it a lot. You don't swing the hips back. And just keep your shoulders back and down. Let's hold it. Hold it and breathe. Lovely. And now we're just going to tilt. Like that, side to side. If you need to put your heels down, that's fine. Do soften your knees, but we're tilting from the waist, so keep your hips still, don't swing them out. A couple more. Bring it back to centre and lower your heels if you need to. And give the legs a little shake out. We're going to turn to the right, and rather than have one foot behind the other, have them hip width apart, and both feet point in the same direction. Lift the heel at the back, both knees are bent, just feel a little stretch in that left hip. We're just going to take the arms to a double salute as we dip and then come up. Dip and come up. And you can step in and do a really tiny dip, or you can gradually go a little further. Now, when you dip, you don't want the hips to swing out, so keep the hips still. And make sure you don't go forwards on that right knee. A couple more. Lovely, keeping your tummy in, and we'll turn around, go the other way. So position the feet hip width. Just feel that little stretch there in the right hip. Body is upright, you're not leaning forwards. We dip and come up. So that front knee, that left knee shouldn't go beyond the toes. It should stay behind the toes. Keeping the hip bones level, so not like this, if you can help it. I'm just going to do one more. And then come back to centre and shake it out. So I'm going to raise the arms, feet hip width. We're coming down to the floor. Scooping the pelvis, rolling through the spine, coming into a plank. Now, if you struggle with this, you can lower your knees, untuck your toes, and come into a little stretch here at any point. Give your wrists a bit of a rest. So do that after a couple of seconds if you like, but if you're happy in plank, the back of head is in line with the spine, the shoulders are strong, the tummy is in and the knees are soft. And we're just going to bring the left leg across and back and change sides. And gradually start to let your hips follow. And as you step across, you almost sink your hips towards the floor. Try to keep your shoulders centered. Don't sink into the shoulders. Now, next time, bring that left leg across, bend both knees. Without sinking into the shoulders, turn to the right and stretch over towards your feet, overhead towards your feet. Hands on the mat, strong shoulders, tummy in, up into plank, right leg across. We're going to bend both knees and turn to the left and sit down. Remove your hands and lean towards your feet for a nice little stretch. Come back. Tummy muscles engaged, shoulders strong, up onto your toes and into plank. Lovely. And now we're going to bend the elbows, and you can put your knees down for this one and lift your feet if you like. Bend the elbows towards the body without shrugging. If you need to bring your hands a little further forward, that's fine. And let your thighs roll down through your belly onto your front. Let's work the back. So just keeping your hands lightly in front, just pushing up and down. Like that. Notice that I'm looking at the mat rather than looking straight ahead, because you want back of head in line with spine. Don't shrug those shoulders. Can you remove your hands, place them in the small of the back? Don't fling yourself up, keep it very smooth. Very good. Can you hold the lift and then lift your right shoulder so that you are turning from the waist to the right, back to centre, lower. Let's go the other way. Lift your left shoulder, back to centre, lower. We can do that again, make it harder with a double salute. So it's lift, turn, centre, lower. Make sure you're not holding your breath. You can do a couple more if you like, or you can rest. So try not to turn at the neck, it's at the waist, or it feels as if it's at the waist, and that'll get your spine moving. Bring it back to centre, hands in line with your shoulders, tummy in, strong shoulders, pushing up, either keeping your knees down and then walking your hands back, or if you feel strong enough, tuck the toes under, push up into a plank, then put your knees down and stretch here gently. Let's come onto all fours, and we can take a cat stretch. We can scoop the pelvis, bring the chin to the chest, round the shoulders for once, and then we can reverse that. Stick out your bottom, look straight ahead, dip your belly to the floor, roll your shoulders back. And now find neutral, which is halfway between the two, so you should have a flat back. Let's do Superman. So we're going to extend the right arm and the left leg, and if that's too difficult, put your left foot on the floor, but keep the knee soft, and then bring it back to all fours, and then switch sides. Now, let's do a few more of these, but really try and keep your body, your hips, your shoulders, and your head still. If that's enough, just come down and take a stretch. Otherwise, maybe hold it and breathe. Soften your knee on that extended leg, and maybe squeeze your bottom on the extended leg. And change. Keep your tummy in. Breathe through it. Feel strong through the shoulders. Feel powerful in the core, and bring it back. Lovely. Let's tuck the toes under, push the bottom in the air, stretch the backs of the legs, head between the arms. We're going to walk the feet back to the hands as far as you can go. Turn out the knees and toes, lift the heels. Now, we're going to try and sit down from this position. So, you take your hands behind, or you can keep them in front, which keeps your body weight more forwards. You either come down like that, or if you feel safer to do it this way, just put your fingers behind. Sitting tall, you might need to put your hands behind, and that's absolutely fine. Pulling the tummy in, extending alternate legs. I'm just going to move backwards a bit on the mat, so I've got a bit more room. And if you feel strong enough, both legs, notice you do have to dip back a bit as you extend the legs. You can do both arms and both legs, a bit like rowing a boat, very much like rowing a boat, but it's all in the core, not the thighs. So if that's too much, you might just want to do both legs and no arms. Let's roll down, and let's do a few abdominal exercises. Bend the knees comfortably, about hip width apart. We're going to roll up, we're going to go opposite knee, same knee, roll back down. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Roll up, touch, touch. Roll down, really trying to feel it in the tummy, not in the neck and shoulders. If that's enough, take a breather. Otherwise, just finish off here. Knees in. Let's try and roll up to sitting. So you're going to need to use your tummy muscles. You can put your hands on the floor to help you if you like. So a little bit of momentum, breath in as you exhale. Roll up. Let's bring the feet around the back. Tuck the toes under. Lift your knees, lift your bottom, and we're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees, scoop the pelvis, roll up. Okay, so rolling the shoulders back, chin towards chest, turn to the right, lift and look. Lower, let's go to the left, lift and look, keeping those shoulders relaxed. Back to centre, look straight ahead, breath in, and exhale, one more. Inhale, and exhale, and that's it, well done. Enjoy your day.